Whenever someone wants to sign up for an LLC using our service, they usually ask, oh, can I add my business partner to my LLC? Can I add my spouse to my LLC? So this is a very good question because it's important to not just go into it because yes, you can add as many people as you want to your LLC, but you should also understand what the implications of adding more people to your LLC means. For most non-US citizens that are opening LLCs, the goal is to be able to get access to Stripe or to get access to maybe a PayPal account. Basically, they want to be able to sell their services and products online using the software that exists in today's world. When you add a second person to your LLC, you become a multi-member LLC. Two automatically makes it multi. And what that does is that it actually increases the amount of forms that you have to file during your tax season. Now, keep in mind, every LLC is required to file their taxes at the beginning of each new year, in order for them to stay in good standing with the federal government, the IRS. Now, with a single member LLC, and a non-US citizen, you most likely be required to file only a Form 5472 and a Form 1120. Now, this depends on the kind of business that you do. If you do a business that involves anything physical in the US, or if you have physical presence in the US, or if you have employees in the US, then you have to file Form 1040 NR, which is for reporting of US sourced income. However, for many people who offer only services such as freelancers or consultants working from outside of the US and are not US citizens, they usually only need Form 5472 and Form 1120. Now, for you, a multi-member LLC, it is not the case. First of all, the deadline for your LLC filing is not in April, as with the single member LLCs, it's actually in March. There are a lot of people who miss this deadline and end up paying extra penalties. I had a client this year that was fined 850 USD for missing her tax deadline. Since your company is a multi-member LLC, it is going to be taxed as a partnership. So we will have to first generate a K1 report to determine how much of the dividends of the business went to each of the members of the LLC. And it is only after that that they will then have to file the actual taxes for each individual of the LLC. In addition, it's much more difficult to file with zero tax fees or zero tax remittance to the IRS when you are a multi-member LLC. As a single member LLC, you're taken as a disregarded entity, which always means that you most likely not need to file anything. So when I say file, I mean you will not be required to pay any money to the IRS. But with a multi-member LLC, from last tax season, every single multi-member LLC that we had to remit some money to the IRS. So if your goal is to be able to run a business simply from wherever you live, wherever you're from, and you don't plan to pay money to the IRS or do a lot of paperwork, just stick to having a single member LLC. It's only if it is absolutely necessary before I would say you should consider forming a multi-member LLC, because everything will be more expensive. When you go to pay for your accountant, it will be twice as much. If you have two members, everything will be extra. And you most likely will also need to apply for an ITIN when you're filing your 1040 NR, which is an additional cost. So just keep this in mind and make a decision, make an informed decision, so that when you're forming your LLC, you're making a decision not out of your feelings, but out of facts. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and you can check us out at alphafilings.com.